So if you didn't know, every single month I pick 4 books. One book every single week of that month, and then at the end of the month I come back to you and I review them slightly and give you a little rundown of what it is. Because February only has like 3 weeks, I didn't compensate for this, didn't think about it at all, and I've only read 3 books this month. My pile looks absolutely pathetic. Go into more detail as to why I only read this many, other than the fact that I didn't compensate for how many weeks February had. So let's just get straight into it. So the first book that I read in February was Chosen by PC and Kristen Cast, which is the 3rd book in the House of Night series. PC and Kristen Cast never ever disappoint with their books. They are so descriptive and their narratives are always on point. The House of Night series was all about Zoe, who gets turned into a vampire and has to go through the fledgling journey with all of her other friends. She's put into a school, a boarding school for vampires called House of Night, hence the name of the series. But it's just a really good book if you're new to the vampire thriller genre and you don't really want... It's not gory, it's more of like a twisting and turning book with loads of plot twists, and it's just an amazing book. There is a lot of like love in this and sex, and if you can get past that then you'll really enjoy it. If you want to go see my full, full reviews of this, I have done many reviews of the marked books because I have read them every single month from September, I believe. So this is my 3rd one and they never ever disappoint. My favourite characters have not changed throughout the whole series. It's Shawnee and Erin, who are twins but not actually twins. You'll get the reference if you read the book. Aphrodite makes an impression on me in this book too, and if you've read it you'll know why. I think she is becoming one of my favourite characters in the book. I gave this a 3 on Goodreads because it wasn't my favourite, but it wasn't exactly bad. They never disappoint with their writing, they never disappoint with the narrative, and they never disappoint with the characters, so that's why I gave it a 3. The next book that I read in February was The Potion Diaries by Amy Alwood. This book is about the Princess of Nova creating a love potion in which she falls in love with herself accidentally. She means for it to be for someone else, but she accidentally takes it and falls in love with herself instead. And there's a whole hunt to find the ingredients and to cure the princess. Reading this on Book Depository and reading the synopsis and the blurb, I didn't think that that was what the book was going to be about, and that resulted in me not really enjoying the book as much as I was going to if it was about the thing that I thought. I thought that it was just going to be about the princess and her journey and falling in love with herself, which I pictured to be really funny and just right up my street. It's about an adventure and it's really fantasy heavy, and I'm not that big on royal kingdom stuff, and if I'd have known it was this kind of storyline I probably wouldn't have picked it up, but it's probably my fault for not reading into it enough. Although that being said, I didn't really enjoy this book and it put me in a slump, hence why I had only read 3 books this month. I did have a favourite character. My favourite character was Princess Evelyn, who is the princess who falls in love with herself accidentally. Her points of views don't come up in the book very often, and this is what made me enjoy the book more. I was actually quite generous with the Goodreads report. I gave it 2 stars. I should probably lower it to 1 because I really didn't enjoy this, but writing style was good and I did enjoy Evelyn's points of views, so that's a bonus. The 3rd and final book that I read in February was The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. If you don't know, The Hunger Games is about 24 tributes every single year who go into the Hunger Games. They're picked out at the reaping and they go and fight to the death, and only one victor shall remain out of the 24 of them. There's 2 from each district and there are 12 districts. Or are they? I've decided to reread this because we are studying The Hunger Games in media studies at my college, and I decided that I should read it and kind of get to know the book as well as the film. But this book was really enjoyable, and I read this after The Potion Diaries, so this kind of got me out of my reading slump. The only thing I'm going to say that kind of hindered my experience with The Hunger Games is because it was a reread and I didn't realise how big the chapters were. Like, they're almost 20 pages each, and sometimes I couldn't read a whole chapter in one. My favourite character in the first Hunger Games is probably Rue. She strikes me as a really fun-loving character. She just wants to help everybody, and she just shouldn't have been in the games in my opinion. She's too young and she's too, we should have protected her instead of made her fight everybody in. I gave this book a 4 stars on Goodreads simply because it's not up to the scratch of Looking for Alaska, which is a 5 for me. And if I enjoy a book as much as Looking for Alaska, it's up there with a 5. But I didn't enjoy this as much as Looking for Alaska because of the chapters and because it took me so long to read. These are all the books that I read in February 2017. My favourite one was probably Chosen. Oh, no, not that one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please give it a massive thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your week. Make sure you drop me a comment in the comments section below, and I will see you next week. 1, 4, 3. Bye! Mwah.